Hi, everybody. Antonio here with another daily reminder for you. And today's daily reminder is turn the page. There's an old Chinese proverb that says, just when the caterpillar thought the world was about to end, it turned into a butterfly. Very powerful proverb about how we see our lives and the things that transpire in our lives. Sometimes things may seem catastrophic, insurmountable. You might feel like you can't overcome whatever you're dealing with. When you turn the page and not in the book, you'll see that it is a new chapter ahead for you. Recently I dealt with a couple of, I felt, catastrophic things. I lost my passport and someone tried to steal my identity, and it's messed up some of my business credit stuff, and I'm trying to get there prepared. But the thing is that when that occurred, there was some frustration around it, of course, but it's not the end of the world. It wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't the end of my book. It wasn't the end of my life. It was a chapter. And in fact, it really wasn't even a chapter. It was a page that needed to be turned in my never-ending story. And when you choose to see life that way, things don't become as burdensome. They're not as challenging. They're not as heavy. Now, it doesn't take away from the significance of the things that we're going through, but it also gives you an opportunity to realize that this is just a chapter. It's just a chapter. When you think about the average person, well, I know those numbers change all the time, but let's just pretend the average person's lifespan is 75 years and you're 30, you're 50, whatever. At any given time, whatever you're going through is a small part of your life. Very rarely does a thing span multiple decades in your life. Very rarely. Not that it doesn't. I'm sure there are some instances and scenarios that you'll find some things can span multiple decades, but most things don't. And even if they do, span multiple decades, that in and of itself is going to have its own evolution. It has its own chapters where you may deal with a thing initially and it impacts you in a certain way. And at another stage or another evolution in your life, your maturity, your awareness, your consciousness, you deal with that thing in a different way. So is it permanent? Permanent? Well, it's only as permanent as we choose to or choose to see it. So whatever you're going through, look at it as this never-ending story that you're writing for your life. You've got characters, you've got storylines, you've got plots, you've got all of these cool things. Some things may span a few chapters, some things are only one page. You've got some characters in your life that'll be around for quite some time. They're recurring characters. And then you've got this one cameo person who just shows up for a moment and then gone. But look at your life as a never-ending story. And you get to continuously turn the page as that story unfolds. So just as the caterpillar thought life was about to end, thought the world was coming to an end, it turned into a butterfly. And that comes from turning the page. This page, I knew to be a caterpillar. And this page, I'm starting a new life as a butterfly. And you get to choose that. You get to choose that at any given time. And that's what impacts the quality of our lives, how we choose to view whatever's going on in our lives in that moment. Take that on. Take that on and really consider turning the page. If you're going through something, turn the page. You got some challenges you do, turn the page. And when you see that, again, opportunities will show up for you that I'm sure you've never thought about before, because you are now open to the rest of the story. The rest of the story. A lot of people fall into depression and commit suicide because they feel like the thing going on right now will last forever. This is so painful. This is so unbearable, and it won't stop. So I have to stop it by stopping my life. That's a big part of what takes place when people do those types of things, like commit suicide. Now, of course, yes, there are other factors. There are other factors. But the primary factor is feeling like they can't overcome the situation, and that the situation will never change. It will never get better. But when you see your life as this book, as this, again, every ever unfolding, never ending story, it changes the perspective on things that happen to us, even those things that don't feel good in the moment, those things that are challenging in the moment, those things that create frustration, burden, whatever in the moment. Turn the page. Wait a minute. Looks like I got some comments, which is awesome. Naima, that's awesome. Let me see if I can get this on the screen. This would be cool. Let's see. Show. Yay, there we go. Story truly never ends. Your spirit is eternal. So even this life is only a chapter in a never-ending story. What a powerful, powerful realization there. Right. Your spirit is eternal. Your spirit is eternal. Never goes anywhere. So even, like you said, even this life is a great observation. Even this life is a chapter. So you can think about it. You know, the things that you're dealing with in your life is just a paragraph. Honestly, maybe just a sentence. When you think about the expansion of time, it's just a sentence. Might even be just a letter. But either way, turn the page. You're going through it, turn the page. If you got some challenges going on, turn the page. Turn the page. So that's it for today, guys. We're going to turn the page and start a new life, start a new chapter. So if this was helpful to you guys, as always, I'm going to ask, like, comment, share, click the notification button, let you know when I'm going live again. Hopefully that works. I think Facebook doesn't quite like me. I don't know why. I got to figure that out. But what I'm going to do about it, though, is I'm going to turn the page. You might see me on Instagram next week or YouTube, because Facebook don't act right. Turn the page. All right, everybody. Take